What is going on here? What's all this stuff? It's Dropzone Commander, only I can't be bothered to learn the rules. Let's play Grimdark Future. These are all custom units, so we have the Human Defense Force here. These three vehicles at the front are light battle tanks with tough 6, 2 with heavy laser cannons and 1 with an anti-aircraft Gatling. These 2 vehicles are heavy APCs. They are tough 9 and can carry 16 models. Both are armed with twin light Gatlings. There's 5 infantrymen to a base, all armed with rifles. Each base does have 1 light missile launcher, which is a missile launcher with an 18-inch range. And I'm going to treat them as a combined unit, but with 3 squads instead of 2. Just so that they all neatly fit into the APC. And this medium dropship is a Tough 9 aircraft. It has the heavy transport keyword. That lets it carry 2 heavy APCs or 3 light battle tanks. And it is also armed with twin light Gatling guns and hunter missiles. The opposing force are the Scourge. These are neuroparasites that take control of human bodies and march them around like puppets. And the vehicles have this really cool HR Giga style aesthetic to them. Similar to the Human Defense Force, they have light grav tanks with tough 6 each. We have 1 armed with a plasma demolisher, which is a very short range heavy plasma weapon, and then there's 2 with anti-aircraft arc casters. 2 heavy APCs. Scourge APCs are not armed, but they can of course ram into things with impact if they want to. And then the infantry. These are all quality 4 infantry, armed with heavy laser carbines, and again they're grouped this way so they can fit into the APCs. The Scourge have 2 medium dropships. Each is armed with a plasma hose, which is a blast 6 plasma weapon with a very short range. Handily enough, that works out at exactly 2,000 points per army. Rules wise, I'll be using the extended core pack, so solid buildings, advanced deployment styles, extra missions and extra actions. Alright, we're all set up for the mission. The mission is Demolition. So each army has 1 objective, and the goal is simply to seize the enemy's objective. If you can seize it, you blow it up. At the end of each round, an army will score 1 victory point if their home objective has not been destroyed. If it has been destroyed, you can still score 1 extra victory point by destroying the enemy's objective. Other little notes before we start: the park in the middle is difficult terrain, and I'll be using 2/3 measurements. Let's roll off to see who goes first. Black dice is the Scourge, so Human Defense Force go first. This was a Spearhead deployment, so I've spread out the light battle tanks with the anti-aircraft tank guarding the objective. I think what they'll do first though is activate one of the heavy APCs and drop one here, and it will advance a little there. Here's the Scourge deployment. Their objective is being guarded by this AA grav tank, and it is going to go on Overwatch. Right, so the humans. We're going to have these troopers come out of the heavy APC and enter this building. There we go. I've placed them on the roof, but they're probably just on the ground floor or the first floor. Okay, Scourge. We're going to move this dropship with the heavy APCs loaded on, and it's going to end up way over here. Aircraft are really fast, but they've got to move. They can't hang around. The human tank is just out of firing range from the plasma hose. Right, the tank will take the bait. Use the focus fire action to shoot the heavy plasma cannon up at the dropship. Right, the +1 to hit cancels out the -1 to hit the aircraft, so we're hitting on 4s. It's a miss. Light tanks do also have twin heavy rifles, we'll fire those as well. We have 1 hit. Which bounces off the armour. The other Scourge dropship comes whooshing over. and it will fire its plasma hose into this building with the infantry in. Quality 4. It's a hit. The plasma hose is blast 6 with AP 4, so not even the cover from the building's going to help them here. So that's 6 casualties, so we'll take off an entire base. And then that's 1 wound on one of the others. Right, time for the human dropship to move, and it's going to fly way over here. And then I think what you can do is fire the hunter missiles and its twin light Gatling down at this grav tank. Right, let's try the hunter missile. It misses. And then the Gatlings. No armor piercing on this, so I'm not expecting much. Yeah, all bouncing off. Well, let's activate this grav tank now. The plasma demolishes quite short range, so we'll have to advance a little bit. And we'll fire it up at the dropship. 2 dice with -1 to hit. Of course, it's an aircraft. So that's a miss. Okay, the HDF dropship is going to drop the other heavy APC, which I'll make rush around the building to the enemy objective. Just there, looks good. This triggers the overwatch from the Scourge tank. It's 3 dice with flux. So we do get a flux bonus there, so that is 3 hits. The arc caster is AP2, so 4's to block. Ooh, 2 wounds on the APC. Okay, the other Scourge arc caster grav tank is going to slide on out of the dropship, advance here, and then it'll shoot the arc caster over at that light battle tank guarding the objective. Just got 1 hit, which is blocked. I think the best response from the humans here is to shoot it with a great big laser, so we'll do focus fire with that tank. 3's to hit. It's a hit. AP3. But the laser bounces off the hull. Twin heavy rifles for what it's worth. 2 hits. AP1. 2 wounds on the grav tank then. The Scourge will deploy a heavy APC from the dropship, which will rush down the street. Okay, HDF troopers coming out of the heavy APC. Something like that. 3 light missile launchers into the Scourge grav tank. 1 hit. AP2. It goes through. That is a deadly 3 hit. And following that up, 12 rifle shots. I only see 2 hits there. And neither penetrate the grav tank's armour. A morale check for the grav tank. It fails, so it is shaken. Well, that is bad news for the Scourge. They are not able to bring any other units over to defend their objective. Maybe it should have been better defended. That's going to go boom at the end of the round. The Scourge can force a draw if they can boom the humans' objective, so let's pile out the warrior horde and advance and shoot all the laser carbines into that AA tank. 15 shots at quality 4. Armor piercing 2. That is 4 wounds on the tank, which means it needs to make a morale check. Which it passes. Nice try, Scourge. Right, the humans have finished all their activations, but we still have a Scourge APC loaded up with warriors, so it will deploy and rush. Do the same trick. Unload the warrior horde, shoot at the AA tank. Alright, 15 laser carbines. Only 5 hits, let's roll to block for the tank. And 2 wounds is enough to make it go boom. So, the end of round 1. The Scourge home objective goes boom, because the grav tank cannot contest it. And I was about to say that the human home objective goes boom as well, but actually, there's infantry in this building. The building's within range of that objective, so that's contested. So at the end of round 1, the Human Defence Force scores 1 victory point. Okay, start of round 2. The Human Defence Force to go first, and they have to protect their objective at all costs. I think we'll start with the troopers in this building. We'll fire the 2 light missile launchers into, yes, the grav tank, and then all the rifles into that warrior horde. We'll do this with the focus fire action. So, missiles away. 1 hit. Which bounces off the grav tank. So, let's move on to the rifles. Right, if you can hear squeaking in the background, it's this lot. Shut up, you guys. Okay, rifle fire. Ooh, with the +1 to hit, that is still only 2 hits. Scourge infantry block on a 5. That's 1 kill. Okay, Scourge will move this grav tank into the way. Shoot the arc caster into this APC. 1 hit. Does not penetrate the armour. Okay, there's still a gap there for me to drive the heavy APC up to the objective. And let's use the twin light Gatlings on this lot of warriors. 4 hits. 3 dead warriors. I do not think it's possible for the Horde to seize this objective now, but we'll play to the end anyway. Let's have this dropship fly over and spray that plasma hose into the building. It's a hit. It's blast 6. AP4, the plasma just melts through the building. 1 save, 5 dead troopers. So a morale check for the survivors. And they fail, so they are shaken. So the Scourge just need to do something about this heavy APC. Right, this light battle tank can quite comfortably shoot its heavy laser from there. Let's see if we can blow up that skimmer. And then the heavy rifles into the infantry. Kaplowy! It's a hit. AP3. Oh no! I think that's the second time it's bounced off. And the heavy rifles, 1 hit, which is also blocked. So, a particularly useless effort from you. Alright, let's activate some Scourge infantry. I could potentially shake that heavy APC just with small arms fire. So let's start with this unit. 14 laser carbines. With the focus fire action, that is a lot of hits actually. AP2 could potentially blow it up. Falls to block. That is 5 wounds on the heavy APC, which will trigger a morale check. Which it fails, it's shaken. There is now nothing the humans can do to avoid that objective being blown up, so we'll just see what damage we can do. The dropship will fly over here and unload its twin light Gatlings into these warriors. Just a single hit, which is not blocked, so that is another dead warrior. We'll have some focus fire from the other set of Scourge warriors into the heavy APC. Let's see if we can finish it off. Laser carbines, here we go. That's quite a lot of hits. Oh, I see 1, 2, 3 failed saves. Not enough to destroy it. However, we'll move on to the next human unit. What shall we do? Hey, there's a little tank here. Just for funsies, let's take the focus fire action and shoot one of the heavy Scourge APCs. Yeah, with focus fire that would be a hit. However, that is a block. Let's take one of these Scourge heavy APCs and ram it into the human APC. APC on APC action. That's a lot of A's, P's and C's. Impact free. 2 go through. And 1 actually goes through. The heavy APC is destroyed. Alright, so although there's a few units still left to move, especially over on the east side here, I think I'm going to end the battle there because there's no way the human defense force can come and contest this objective. So at the end of the round, the Scourge will demolish it, scoring them a victory point. That will be 1 victory point each side with no opportunity to score any more. So this battle is a draw. In the words of J.K. Simmons in Burn After Reading, what have we learned? I don't know.